Day 72, I'm really excited to get to go back to Butte for the 36 hours that I'll get to be there. I'll talk a little bit about what was on the House floor today, and then also a little bit about what you saw yesterday. I know people still have questions about that. So Senate Bill 81 is a bill that allows tax credits for people or corporations who donate to scholarship organizations. And the same people who voted for the bill to strip all tax credits, saying we're unilaterally against all tax credits, those same people voted for this tax credit. So that was some interesting mixed messages. Senate Bill 306, it's the best bill of the day. Oh my goodness, I was so happy that this passed, and I actually wanted to show it to you. It's such a simple little bill. So this is the section of code that is partner and family member assault, and Montana's current law defines partners as spouses, former spouses, persons who are currently in a dating or ongoing intimate relationship with a person of the opposite sex. This really simple bill strikes out the words "with a person of the opposite sex." It says a partner is a partner. And it's a Republican bill, and a Republican senator and a Republican person on the House floor carried it, and he said this is just a matter of right and wrong. I honestly thought that maybe there would be 2 or 3 votes against this. I was so shocked that the vote on this was 58 to 42. 42 people voted against that. Really? The veto letters I got were pretty great. I love the veto letters. So the first one is vetoing House Bill 280, an act allowing for the provision of health or disability insurance for sale by out-of-state providers. So it would have allowed out-of-state health insurance providers to just cherry pick, and would have raised insurance rates for anyone who's elderly, who's a female, who's a childbearing age, has kids. It would have been really bad for most of us. Another veto, House Bill 50, prohibiting local governing bodies is in the title. So I'm really glad that one got vetoed, and that was my point when I voted against the bill is, why would you vote for a bill that has in the title that you're prohibiting your local government from doing something? And it's prohibiting local government bodies from enacting, adopting, implementing, enforcing, or referring to the electorate immigration anti-cooperation policies. So 2 great veto letters. That's why we call Governor Bullock our goalie. All of the puck can get through both houses, but he's the goalie. He stops it at the net. And so I really respect Montana for giving us mixed houses, but bringing us a Democrat governor. And so the problem with that is, while he can stop the stupid stuff, the bad stuff, the stuff that's bad for Montanans, when they're killing our good bills that actually do help for Montana, like Medicaid expansion or child protection, once they're dead, they're dead. There's no like opposite of a veto where you can resurrect something. So yay for the process, yay for the rules, and yay for Montana for at least having the decency to give us Steve Bullock. As for what happened yesterday, we did business as usual in the House today. The bills that were passed through the Senate on third reading yesterday without any of the Democrats voting on them were read across the rostrum in the House today, which means they're officially in our House. We could have stood up and questioned our adherence to the rules, which would have been a protest saying that we don't want to accept these into the House. There were definitely members of our caucus who thought that we should do that. The problem with doing that is that then that would go to a rules committee. The rules committees, by rule, are reflect the majority of the House. So it would be Republican Majority Rules Committee, and the minority never wins that. And so it would have been a vote on the record that said that, yes, it's sustained. These were legally brought into the House. The fact of the matter is that they were illegally brought into the House. They were illegally passed out of the Senate, and there will be an opinion issued from our chief legal counsel on Monday, and I am expecting him to say just that. And if he doesn't, we'll ask someone else. So we are going, in the House, are going to make our decisions on how we treat those bills that have been brought to us illegally based on what the legal counsel says. It is good news for those referendums because those were illegal referendums to start with. They would have been challenged in court, and now when they're challenged in court, this is just another level of illegality to those referendums. So the Republicans are split. You're starting to see that they have a crazy train of anarchist minority in their party pulling the punches with threats of losing elections next time around. And Montanans, conservative Montanans, need to give those guys some cover and say, those are not our values. We are not a Tea Party state. We're not a libertarian state. We are a red state, but let's have some reason to it. Glad to be a Democrat. It's pretty easy. It's just right and wrong. Thank you so much for all of the support. I have my local 4700 shirt on. I just went to the MEA-MFT Representative Assembly and bid on this in an auction, and was glad to get it, and I'll wear it with pride. It is not a, it's not a jersey. It's a prison shirt. Have a great day.